Members of Phi Beta Kappa, delegates, and honored guests, I'm John Churchill, Secretary of the Phi Beta Kappa Society. I've come to James Madison University representing the Council of the Phi Beta Kappa Society with authority to act in its behalf in the creation and installation of a new chapter. I'm pleased to say that joining me in this celebration are Catherine Soule of Dartmouth College, who is Vice President of Phi Beta Kappa. Right. Thank you, Kate. Mr. Scott Lerting, who is Associate Secretary, and two senators of Phi Beta Kappa, Dr. James Leitner, Professor Emeritus at McDaniel College, who is the South Atlantic District Senator, Jim, and Dr. George Grinya of the faculty of the College of William and Mary, who is thereby a member of the Alpha chapter, our mother chapter of Phi Beta Kappa. I thank my colleagues for joining me on this occasion. This is a happy and important moment in the life of this institution. The creation of this chapter is the result of years of effort by those members of the faculty and administration of this institution who belong to Phi Beta Kappa. But in a broader sense, it is the result of lifetimes of labor and accomplishment by faculty, administrative staff, students, and supporters who have created at James Madison University an institution of remarkable excellence in the liberal arts and sciences, the enterprise honored by Phi Beta Kappa. We trust that the installation of this chapter fulfills hopes entertained here by all who now serve and who have served here so well. The Governing Council of Phi Beta Kappa, having carried out a rigorous process of evaluation, is assured that James Madison University embraces and upholds the highest academic standards in an ongoing commitment to excellence in the teaching and learning of the liberal arts and sciences. Our council therefore voted on October 2nd, 2009, that a charter be granted to the members of Phi Beta Kappa assembled here, and that, in accord with its provisions, they be empowered to function in every respect as a chapter of the society. Associate Secretary Scott Lerting will now read that charter document, and as it designates the charter members standing in their places, I would ask them now to rise.
Two, Kathleen Adams, Melinda Adams, Sharon Babcock, Charles Blake, Christina Bolgiano, Kevin Borg, Daisy Brenneman, Lynn Cameron, Don Chodrow, Jennifer Connerly, Sharon Cody, Charles Cunningham, Ron Daniel, Philip Dillard, Carrie Dobronsky, Jacqueline Downer, Joanne Doyle, Matthew Ezel, Suzanne Federline, Christopher Fox, Robert Gary, Kelly Giles, Stephanie Gold-Plecker, Joanne Grayson, Stephen Garrier, Linda Halpern, Susan Halsell, John Hanson, Patricia Hardesty, Leslie Harlacker, Carol Harley, Mark Hawthorne, Kevin Hegg, Eleanor Henderson, Laura Hendigman, Laura Hickerson, Daniel Kerr, Sally King, Tom King, Kay Nickram, Robert Colford, David Lane, Catherine Lehman, Stinson Linkard, Wendy Love, Tracy Lufer, Carla D. Martin, Robin McNally, Kevin Min B. Ole, Mark Parker, Laura Parks, Amy Paw, Andrea Pesch, Dorn Peterson, Ron Phillips, Inez Ramsey, Stephen Reich, Monica Reese-Bergen, Robert Roberts, Joseph Rudman, John Sheparell, William Sherwood, Julie Solometto, Kristen St. John, Lee Sternberger, Anthony Tongan, Brian Utter, William Van Norman, Melissa Van Vuren, Stephanie Warlick Burrows, Patricia Warner, Richard West, Steve Whitmire, Joyce Waslek. Members of Phi Beta Kappa, greeting. Whereas the liberal principles of our society should not be confined to any particular place, person, or description of persons, but should be extended to all the wise and virtuous of whatever community. Whereas we, the members of Phi Beta Kappa, as a body dedicated from its very founding in the historic year 1776 at the College of William and Mary in Virginia, to the ideal of excellence in scholarship in the liberal arts and sciences, are willing and desirous to propagate the society in praiseworthy institutions of higher learning, and whereas we are satisfied that you are inspired by an unquenchable desire that your institution be added to the notable company which enjoy the recognition of Phi Beta Kappa, and we have carefully determined that your institution is possessed of the character and standing which make it particularly worthy of admittance into the association and friendship. Therefore, by resolution duly adopted by our representatives at the 42nd Triennial Council of the Phi Beta Kappa Society, we have decreed the establishment at this time of a chapter of Phi Beta Kappa in James Madison University in the state of Virginia to be known as Xi of Virginia. Furthermore, we have commanded that there issue under the seal of the society and the hands of the president and the secretary this charter in the name of Phi Beta Kappa. Accordingly, you and such others as you may hereafter elect and associate with yourselves in conformity to the law of Phi Beta Kappa, and your and their successors so elected and associated are hereby incorporated and established as a separate and coordinate branch of the society, and are hereby granted all powers, privileges, and benefits thereunto appertaining in as full and ample measure as the members of the existing chapters enjoy. There being at the same time enjoined upon and required of you in the organization and the conduct of the chapter, and as conditions upon which this chapter is granted, strict compliance with the Constitution and bylaws of the Phi Beta Kappa Society, with the acts of the Council and the Senate, and with the chapter constitution herewith transmitted to you, and likewise a devoted effort always to protect the name and the key of Phi Beta Kappa from imitation and indignities, and faithfully to promote the purposes of the society. In testimony whereof, the President and Secretary of the Phi Beta Kappa Society have hereunto set their hands and caused to be affixed its seal this 17th day of March, Anno Domini 2010. Signed, Fred Cate, President, John Churchill, Secretary.